If there's one thing that you can say about Nintendo, it's that they focus on making games fun. If there's two things that you can say about Nintendo, is that they fervently, I think that's a word, they go after their copyright. The things that they copyright, they make sure that they are the ones that use them. A few years back, Nintendo made the Nintendo Creators Program, which was kind of like a network for Nintendo creators. It got a lot of backlash when it first came out. The basics of it were that you would submit a video that had Nintendo copyrighted material in it. You would submit that to the NCP, Nintendo Creators Program. They would put ads on it. They would take most of the ad revenue, and then they would give you, I would say, a pittance of that, even though you did most of the work. They're also very litigious. They go after anyone that goes after their copyright. Now, let's talk about just the things that happened this year. Nintendo took down emulation websites like, I think it was We Love ROMs, hit them with a $12 million lawsuit. They recently just had copyright strikes put on, multiple copyright strikes put on a few different YouTube channels because they leaked the Smash Brothers music early. I'm telling you all of this because it kind of sets up why I am so surprised about what just happened. I just got an email from Nintendo, and it said, "Important announcement. Dear Nintendo creator, we want to share some news with you. We are ending the Nintendo Creators Program." Okay, so first when I read that, I was like, oh man, they're going to make it impossible for anybody to use any kind of video from Nintendo or audio from Nintendo on YouTube. This is a disaster. But then I kept reading. We are ending the Nintendo Creators Program to make it easier for you to make and monetize videos that contain Nintendo game content. We will no longer ask you to submit your videos to NCP, and you can continue showing your passion for Nintendo as long as you adhere to Nintendo's guidelines, which are located at this URL. So I clicked on that URL. Here's what it says. We are humbled every day by your loyalty and passion for Nintendo games, characters, and worlds, and respect that you want to be able to express yourself creatively by sharing your own original videos and images using content from our games. As long as you follow some basic rules, we will not object to your use of gameplay footage and or screenshots captured from Nintendo games for which Nintendo owns copyright in the content you create for appropriate video and image sharing sites. To help guide you, we prepared the following guidelines. Okay, so this is basically saying, look, as long as you're not doing something offensive, you're going to be able to use our stuff in your videos. Here's what they said. This is the very first bullet point here, and this is probably the most important one. You may monetize your videos and channels using the monetization methods separately specified by Nintendo. Other forms of monetization of our intellectual property for commercial purposes are not permitted. That is a very weird little sentence there, and we're going to get back to that. We encourage you to create videos that include your creative input and commentary. Videos and images that contain mere copies of Nintendo game content without creative input or commentary are not permitted. So basically, you can't just sit there and play the game without saying anything. You have to talk about it. You may, however, post gameplay videos and screenshots using Nintendo's system features, such as the capture button on the Nintendo Switch, without additional input or commentary. So they're saying, look, you can go ahead and play the game, and if you want to just share a quick video from the capture button, that's cool. Well, it damn well better be. You put the button on the system. All right. The next bullet says, you are only permitted to use Nintendo game content that has been officially released or from promotional materials officially released by Nintendo, such as product trailers or Nintendo Directs. There's been quite a few times where I have done a live reaction to a Nintendo Direct, and that has, of course, been claimed by Nintendo immediately, and I don't get any revenue from that. If you want to use the intellectual property of a third party, you are responsible for obtaining any necessary third-party permissions. Yeah, all right. Well, third parties usually don't really care because they understand that these are basically advertisements for your games. And it's really nice to have Nintendo understand that too. You are not permitted to imply or state that your videos are officially affiliated or sponsored by Nintendo. We reserve the right to remove any content we believe is unlawful, infringing, inappropriate, or not in line with these guidelines. All right. So this is huge. This is a major shift in what Nintendo allows people to do. Before, they would claim it, you would get nothing. Or if you were part of the NCP, they would claim it and you would get almost nothing. Let's look at their FAQ. The most important one is question 4. It says, what exactly are the monetization methods separately specified by Nintendo as referred to in the guidelines? Here's their answer. Currently, the monetization methods separately specified by Nintendo include the following: Facebook, Facebook Gaming Creators, Facebook Level Up Program, Nico Nico Live, OpenRec TV, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. So as long as you are making money on one of these platforms, then you're okay. You can monetize your videos. This is really, really cool. This is absolutely huge. I'm very excited about this. I wonder if it has something to do with Mr. Furukawa being so much younger than the previous top brass at Nintendo. I mean, it's not like Mr. Iwata was really old, but Mr. Furukawa is very, very young compared to Mr. Iwata. And Mr. Kimishima, he's part of the old guard. So maybe Mr. Furukawa coming in, he's saying, look, I understand that these videos that we are kind of stifling are basically advertisements for our games. There have been many people who have come to me after watching something that I've posted on YouTube, on Twitch, or talked about on the podcast, and they've said, the only reason I bought this game is because I saw it on your stuff. Like, Nintendo finally understands this, and this is really great. So there's more to the FAQ. I'm not going to go through everything. I've hit the most important one. That's question 4. I will leave a link in the down below or in the show notes so that you can check this out for yourself. But this is a huge turnaround from Nintendo, and I really want to know what you guys think about this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments below. If you are listening to it on the podcast, make sure that you email me, runjumpstomp@gmail.com. Call and leave a voicemail at 260-RUN-JUMP. Get a hold of me on Twitter at runjumpstomp, or join our community Discord over at runjumpstomp.com/Discord. This is really big news. Let me know what you think.